Hey, good morning everybody. Before I get started my hike today, I wanted to show you my shoes. You might recall these are the new shoes I got in New York. I picked them up at that deli, and that's been about 350 miles ago. So these have not held up so great, I would say. The biggest complaint I've had is the traction. You can still see that there's some there, but these soles simply are not as aggressive as the Ultra Olympus that I was accustomed to, and I don't have the confidence in them when I'm going over wet rocks. And we're about to head into some serious rocks as we get into New Hampshire. So tomorrow I will be in New Hampshire. It'll be my first day in New Hampshire, and I've got some new shoes waiting on me. The new Ultra Olympus 6 that I think will hold up better and carry me those last 450 miles. So 350 miles, I think I got the money's worth out of them, and I'm ready to move on to a better shoe. All right, everybody, just got dropped off, and we're back on trail. So then as soon as I get across this little grassy field, we're gonna go straight up a hill. So might as well get my talking done right here. The hike today is over a number of pretty sharp hills. Going to be a lot of up and down, that kind of stuff. And almost looks like a saw blade a little bit once you get to the top. So there's a fair amount of climbing in this for sure, but it's not going to be a long day. We're going to go a little less than 14 miles, and we're going to be heading into the little town of West Hartford. I'll get picked up there and then brought back to the same hostel tonight. So that's the plan. And it's going to be about 91 degrees today. So I intend to get as many miles done as I can early, so I'm not traipsing up and down these mountains in the heat. So you also will note that I'm wearing the long pants today, even though it's going to be hot, because this particular hike has a lot of this field walking in it, and a lot of these fields have not been cut, and it's just I'm tired of fighting ticks. So if it keeps a few more ticks off of me, that's a good thing. So that's the plan. All right, let's get moving up the mountain. Hope everybody's having a great day so far, and we will look forward to seeing you up the trail. All right, everybody. We just broke out of the wood line and hit our first field. I don't think we finished our climb yet, though. Looks like we're going to head to the top of this hill. Yeah, this grass is pretty high. I'm happy I wore the long pants. We just came off the hill above. Now we're kind of settling into the second valley, the first valley after climbing the big hill. And we've got about 3 or 4 of these where we go down, we'll cross the road, we'll go up, we'll go down, we'll cross the road, we'll go up. So we just get started. We've got about 11 miles to go. So that means we've come a little over 2 miles, probably 2.5, 3 miles. So we're doing okay. Yeah, long pants, no ticks. Pretty cool water source. I don't need any water yet, but I got a feeling I will before the day's out. It's getting warm. It's supposed to be 91 today, and I'm glad I'm in the shade right now, but I'm confident it's in the 80s now. It is warm and muggy. I don't do I'm used to really warm and muggy, that's for sure, but not when you're hiking and carrying a pack. So I'm gonna press on, try to knock these miles down, knock some of these bigger climbs down before it gets outrageously hot. All right, see y'all down the path. All right, so we just went over the second hill in this roller coaster. Now we're headed back down to the bottom. I don't know if we cross a road on this one or not, but as soon as we hit bottom, we'll start climbing up. Almost identical kind of climbs. They're not overwhelming, but they're a nice little workout, that's for sure. Each one of them probably 400 feet maybe, not really sure. We've got a series of these, and after that things will kind of smooth out a bit, and then we'll gradually begin to head downhill again. But we'll see how this goes. I'm really excited about my new shoes. You saw my little clip this morning about the ones I'm wearing, and I haven't been disappointed in these completely. I just think I bought the wrong shoe for this application. These are the shoes I'm wearing are Ultra Mont Blanc shoes. I think it'd be great if maybe you're a high school cross country runner, or they're definitely trail runner shoes. They dry very quickly. They're lighter than what I typically wear. The only point of disappointment has been the grip. Those other shoes, the ones I'm going to get, you walk across a linoleum floor or hardwood floor or whatever in those, it almost sounds like you got suction cups on the bottom of your feet. The grips are awesome, and I think that's where these kind of falter a bit. So I just don't feel like I have the confidence in them to take on, and they're probably not built for some of the more extreme stuff that I'm about to face. So I'm excited about getting a good, really good shoe tomorrow. So, all right, okay, here we go. More high weeds. As conscious as everybody is around here about these dang ticks, it looks like that they would cut this a bit more, you know. I hate ticks. More now than ever, I assure you. Alrighty, let's get through this mess if I can find the trail, and we'll get to the bottom, and then we'll climb up that mountain. All right, talk soon. Okay, we almost made it to the bottom. Yep, we're walking through another grassy field. Starting to see a pattern here. Hike to the top of the hill, go over, walk through grassy field, cross road, repeat. Okay, the next climb we have is one of the, actually I'd say it probably is, as a singular climb, the biggest climb we have today. Yeah, we're going up that one now. It's from the bottom, it's about an 800-foot climb, and it looks like it's rather vertical in terms of the elevation gain. There's not a, can't tell that there's a bunch of switchback kind of stuff. It looks like we're going to be going up pretty severely. So we'll see about that. And then once we get over this one, we will dip down again, but yet climb up again. So it'll be a shorter dip followed by another big climb. So, and that'll be the top of the top for today. So more work to do. Let's go get her done. Okay, folks, we just crossed the road as anticipated. That's where we came from. And this is where we're going, I hope. I mean, I don't like to complain, you know, but this is a little crazy. Okay. That's a creek. And also a bridge. Back into the jungle. Okay, back in the woods and heading up. All right. So we've actually made it to the base of the big climb that I was referencing earlier. It just took me a minute to get here. And we got to get across this water. A skip is possible. If those rocks I'll have to skip on are wet. We do have a cable over here that you can hold on to as you walk across and for sure get wet. So I'm gonna put down the phone on this one because I don't want to drop the phone. Let me see if I can get across and stay dry. All right, mission accomplished. Across the creek. Feet are still dry. And up the hill we go. Anytime you start a hill that includes man-made steps, that's a bad sign. All right. Let the huffing and puffing begin. All right, we got a little bit of a view back behind us. I've been climbing, and you can see kind of relative to where I'm setting how high I could be. Someone was nice enough to build a nice little bench here for people to sit on. I am dripping, folks, dripping, dripping, dripping. Yeah, let me just let you, I'll let you take a look at my ugly mug. Yeah, I feel like I just finished an all-day summer football workout. And it's not getting cooler. It's really hot. I have been drinking. I know everybody's saying, well, you need to drink a lot of water and fluids. So yeah, I packed out 60 ounces of Gatorade before I left. So I got plenty of Gatorade, and I imagine I'll drink all that and then ultimately go into creek water. So we're doing okay. Just need to sit here and catch my breath and kind of cool down just for a second. We're gonna move on. Hi folks, again we got a pretty good view behind us. We've kind of reached the top of this ridge, but it's not the top of the top. I'm pretty sure of that. Whew. The sun is so hot. I lathered up with sunscreen pretty good before I left, but I don't want to linger in this sun. As you all know, I'm taking these antibiotics that make my skin a bit sensitive to sunshine, and I don't want to have a massive sunburn today. So we're gonna get back in the shade here. Okay, so much better. All right, folks, we are on what I classify as our general downhill descent, which means over time, a course of miles, we will be going downhill. However, there will be short periods of time where we might catch ourselves going uphill. All right, we got a beautiful mountain over there. It's the first time we've had any views to the north in front of us. Everything's been behind us. Real pretty. Got lots of big weeds in these fields today. And I think in the end, if I can avoid any more tick bites, it'll be worth the discomfort and warmth that I'm experiencing with the long pants. But yeah, we've made good progress today, and we've stayed on exactly the pace that I anticipated, even though the terrain has been pretty much up and down, you know, kind of challenging that way, particularly with the heat. So we've got right at 4 miles left to go, and that's about 2 hours. Those are pretty. I don't know what they are. Somebody else tell me probably. But yeah, about 2 more hours and we can get out of the sun. I've been thankful for the shade of the woods today. And I've been trying to move through these fields as fast as I can, because the sun just feels like it's cooking. All right, let's head back in the woods and generally downhill. All right, everybody, we come off the hill. We made a left on the paved road. We're actually on the Appalachian Trail as we speak, and trail runs over this bridge where this looks like this young man's getting ready to jump off. I presume he knows what he's doing. And makes a left, goes on into the town of West Hartford, and that's where I'm going to get picked up. So that's the plan. Look, we got some manures. That's cool. Pretty river. All right, you getting ready to jump?
Yeah.
This thing's so hot, I jump because it's hot.
Yeah, I know. I've been standing right here. Can we go yet? Is there people spot shade? No, we're good.
You're dead in the center, right? You've done this before. Okay. Okay. Bonsai! Okay. All right. Where I come from, they probably arrest you for that. I got it on video, so be hard evidence to dispute. That's where like the redneck said right before he
what was the last thing the redneck said before he jumped off the bridge? He said, "Hey y'all, watch this." That's the last thing I heard from the redneck. So I guess we got rednecks in New Hampshire too. Oh yeah. The whole crew. Having fun. I can tell you it's hot enough. I hope they enjoy it. All right, let's get on in here to town, find a ride.